Hey guys, welcome back. I am Mario Vegas and you are watching Tank Zone. Today let's take a look at one of the most famous main battle tanks in the world, Merkava Mark I Chariot Series Tier 5 Israel main battle tank. And as usually, let's start with its history. The legacy of Merkava 1 dates back to the 1960s. At that time, Israel's military was very much relied on foreign industrial help. Israel's infrastructure was not capable of producing tanks domestically. Merkava Mark I was designed by Merkava Tank Office. Its design was based on experience gained from armored battles in all Israel's wars since the Sinai campaign in 1956. The Merkava Mark I is unique in its basic concept, according to which armor and survivability of the tank are its basic features. The tank's protection is based on all-around spaced ballistic armor and installation of tank's systems around the crew, therefore utilizing basic elements and systems of the tank to protect the crew and ammunition. The most distinct design feature of this concept is placement of the engine and transmission at the front of the tank. Merkava's turret was designed with rounded spacings, which gave the tank a low profile, making it harder to spot or engage at a distance. Its main armament is a 105mm M68 rifle gun, based on the British L7 gun, with 62 rounds of ammunition load. Merkava's one secondary armament consists of 7.62mm coaxial machine gun with 2000 rounds and two other same caliber machine guns for use by commander and loader. Merkava 1 was equipped with externally mounted 60mm Sultan Commando mortar with 30 bombs ammunition load. So Merkava has quite enough defense against infantry, which has proven to be useful and effective in asymmetrical warfare. The Merkava 1 is powered by Taladan Continental AVDS 17906A 908 horsepower diesel engine with semi-automatic transmission. Its top speed is 28 miles per hour and range of nearly 250 miles. At just over 60 tons, Merkava 1 is quite a slow tank. Its general design of its tracks and wheels was borrowed from the British Centurion tank, which had extensive use during Yom Kippur War and performed well in the rocky terrain of the Golan. In 1980, Israel's defense forces received its first Merkava Mark I main battle tank. It was first used in combat during the 1982 Lebanon War, where it proved to be very successful and superior to the Syrian T-72 main battle tanks. At that time, T-72 was the Soviets' newest tank, and Merkava 1 outmatched this vehicle. After the war, many adjustments were made, like installation of chain netting to destroy rocket-propelled grenades and anti-tank rockets before impact, which we can see in Merkava 1B variant, also equipped with a new fire control system and new side armor for The suspension. During its service history, Merkava 1 saw the action in all following Israeli-Palestinian conflicts, including the Lebanon War in 2006. Production of Merkava Mark I continued up to 1983. Its active service ended in 2014. Total number of vehicles built is 250, with its only operator, Israel. And now let's dive into the game. Let's start with stats. You can see stock stats next to that you can compare them and be informed about those as well. Let's go through my stats. Sustained damage. 390 damage with a 370 mm penetration, 3708 damage per minute, and 8.94 seconds reload time. Merkava 1 has a ready rack that allows you to fire several rounds before full reload. Defense. A vehicle has quite a lot of hit points, 3350. It has a 195 mm frontal hull armor with a 175 mm on the sides and 50 mm on the rear. Its turret is very well defended by 415 mm armor in front and 320 mm on the sides. Vehicle's armor is composed of steel. If you manage to hide its weak spot on the belly and turret ring and not to expose your sides and rear, this vehicle is capable of bouncing off a lot of shots. Mobility. Mobility is one of the cons of this tank. Its maximum speed is 50 kilometers per hour. Well, nothing special. Sluggish acceleration with 7.76 seconds and slow hull traverse speed 32.46 degrees per second, and the tank's weight is 60 tons. There is not much to add, it's a bit clumsy. Its overall camo is only 15% and vision range of 425 meters. Targeting. Depression minus 8.5 degrees. Elevation 20 degrees. Nice fully aimed accuracy of 0.081 with aim time 1.07 seconds and turret traverse 34.91 degrees per second, which is not top stats as well. So, to be honest, I play with this tank only as a strict corner fighter, and if the situation allows, I try to fight from hull down position only, or hiding tank's belly behind rocks. Playing with slow Merkava, your minimap becomes even more than a best friend to constantly check not to be outflanked or stinged from behind, cause as you can see, a Merkava is not much of a dancer. Well, very slow hull traverse speed. Playing with Merkava, I prefer to have support vehicles somewhere around. But it's not bad. It definitely is a good tank, which can easily hold down numerous frontal opponents if your flanks are safe. And its turret front is close to impregnable. Let's take a look on retrofits. I have installed the augment optics not to be blind against the opponent tanks, advanced muzzle reference system to make this baby accurate enough to engage even from a distance. Let's remember, this is a slow tank. It can be easily outrun by your own forces, and sometimes capability to snipe in a distance pays off. And improved gun breach to cut full rack reload time. As my Merkava 1 main battle tank commander is assigned Philip Holzklau for tracks, repair speed and crew survivability improvement. For driver I picked a smooth ride to increase accuracy during corner fights, and off-road driving to fight with Merkava's sluggish movement. For gunner I picked a quick draw to increase the aim speed and preventive maintenance to improve cannon's hit points, therefore cutting enemies' chances to destroy a gun, which actually is quite a good and useful weak spot to exploit on Merkava, if it is in hull down position, and only what you can do is to knock out its gun. Load skills, rapid fire and explosive shells. Yeah, these are skills what I picked. Now let's take a look on Merkava 1 armament. It has a 105mm M68 rifled cannon with stock aim time 1.5 seconds, reload time 10 seconds and 4 seconds within magazine. Magazine contains 4 shells and best fire rate is 15 rounds per minute. So let's take a glimpse at ammunition. Merkava 1 arsenal includes 105mm M735 armor-piercing fin stabilized discharging saber with penetration 315 to 370 mm, capable to inflict 390 damage. Next, 105mm M456A1 high explosive anti-tank rounds with 450mm penetration and 400 damage. These are very good to use on lightly armored targets, light tanks, and as well on tanks which do not have composite armor. Next one is 105mm M393A1 high explosive plastic as effective countermeasure against sloped armor with 250mm penetration and 390 damage. Can be used to effectively destroy modules on an opponent's vehicle as well. And 7.62mm machine gun loaded with armored piercing bullets as countermeasure against light vehicles and personnel. And now let's take a look at Merkava 1, Israel's main battle tank, in action.
Identify. Enemy destroyed! Identify targets. Hostile tank! Identify. Hostile tank! No effect! Loader, Sabo. Identify. Hostile tank.
As you can see, Merkava 1 can be a very sturdy fortress with its nearly impregnable turret front. Yes, its main pros are frontal protection and crew survivability. However, we should not forget its sluggishness. Therefore, I strongly suggest to fight in battle groups, reinforced with the support vehicles. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If so, bulldoze that thumbs up button, hit the bell and subscribe. Please leave your comments and suggestions below. That's all for now. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching this video, have a great day and see you next time.